to another video. It is me, Desiree. I have a few steps already done, but the things I am missing are a few products I want to review. I bought a few things over at Walmart when I was in Dallas a few weeks ago, and I thought I would talk about them in a video. So I've been using these pretty much every single day since I bought them. I have loved them so much. I don't hate any of these products, so just a heads up. They're all going to be rave reviews, okay? I love all of them. So the first one, let's talk about the foundation. This is the Rimmel Lasting Finish Full Coverage Foundation. I never thought I would see this again in my life. I have searched for it online here and there over the years, and I have found it on Walgreens website for sometimes, and when I try to order it, the order gets canceled because it's out of stock, but they still listed it on the website, so I'm like, it's still got to be in the system. But I saw this at Walmart. It stopped me in my tracks. I audibly gasped. I was taken aback. I do wish I had bought two shades because I had never seen it before. I haven't seen it since. I haven't seen it anywhere where I live, and I have no idea where to buy it. So I wish I'd got another shade because this one is a little too light for me. Although it looks okay, when I put it on, you could just tell it's a shade off, a little too light. So why is this foundation so amazing? Well, for one, coverage. It says full coverage, but obviously you can make anything whatever coverage you want it to be for the most part, especially if it starts off being this high of coverage. You can use just a little tiny bit and make it like something light. You could get a medium coverage, you can get full. I tend to get something that I consider concealer optional. I wouldn't say it's full coverage, but it covers up a lot. And it doesn't make it look like you have a full coverage foundation on. It has a beautiful matte with a hint of satin finish to it. It blends so easily. It lasts all day long. It doesn't break up around your face or anything like that. But if you overdo it, yes, it's going to gather in your creases. It's going to look weird. I would say one pump, pretty much all anybody would need on their face with this one. It's smooth. It smells like baby lotion. The first day I used this, that was the first thing I did was smell it because I remember this scent so well. It's baby lotion. And you can smell it on your face throughout the day. It's not really strong or perfumey or anything, but I do get a like whisper of a baby lotion scent throughout the day. It's very nice and pleasant. It smells fresh and lovely. I like it. But with the shade being a little too light, I have been mixing it with a little bit of the Anastasia Luminous foundation because I bought this and it's too dark. I am just gonna put this on its own so you can see, and if I feel like I need to add a little bit of that, I'll get a little dab and dab it around my face. But we'll see how it looks just with this. There's a little bit left, so I'm going to put a little bit more on like the redness on the cheek area, a little on the nose. But when I wear this foundation, I don't usually put any concealer on at all. I do already have on under eye concealer though, but concealer on the face, I just completely skip it. And then as far as the way that it kind of dries down on the skin, you know what, that shade looks okay. It looks alright. I'm not going to mix it with anything. We'll just put the other stuff on and see how it looks. But as far as how it dries down on the face, it doesn't stay tacky or anything like that. After a few minutes, of course, it will dry down. But I always have a habit of just putting powder on anyway because I like to use powder products, and the less moisture on your skin, the more likely the powder products are to go on a little smoother. So the next product I want to talk about is the Physicians Formula Butter Glow Pressed Powder. So I had been wanting to try this. I saw it at Walmart one other time and I thought, do I really need that? No, I didn't need it, but I bought it anyway. And it was the most expensive thing out of all these products, but Physicians Formula does tend to be a little more on the expensive side anyway. So this is in the shade Translucent Glow, and they are not lying when they say glow. This is a glowy powder. It's very glowy, almost highlighter-esque. I'm gonna swatch this. It'll be a little concentrated swatch so you can see how glowy it can be. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. Where did I swatch it? Right next to the foundation. It's right here. Let me do a little better swatch. I can do better than that. There we go. So obviously very concentrated swatch there, but it's very glowy. And if you overdo the powder, it's gonna look like you put highlighter all over your face. It gives you that little bit of the Hourglass ambient lighting powder-esque type thing. It also reminds me of the Milani Prep Set and Glow powder from back in the day, but a little more amped up. The finish is very beautiful. There's no shimmer or glitter in it whatsoever. It's just beautiful satin finish. And the first time that I used this was the day after I bought it, when we were in Dallas, and I didn't really know how much I was putting on. I was using this brush, the Morphe V115. A little bit more, not a dense brush, but normally my powder brush is this one, a little bigger and fluffier, really disperses the powder a little more. So with this one, it was getting a little bit more of a concentrated look to it. And when we came out of the aquarium and I looked in the mirror, I was shocked at how glowy my face was. I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, I was walking around like this all day. I think because of the humidity that was in there too, it kind of made my skin a little moist. So working with the powder, it was very glowy, but it looked nice. Like I didn't hate it. And I do feel like this powder has so much of a like light reflecting quality to it. It almost looks like a filter on your face. Pretty much every single time that I wear this, somebody asks me what is on my face, and I wear the same kind of stuff all the time. So the only thing I can gather is that it's this powder because it adds such a luminosity to the skin. It really smooths everything out and it just looks very, very pretty, I think. Very glowy, really nice. Don't overdo it, just enough to set things in place, and that's it, because it will stay glowy all day long. But I really like this. I like this a lot, and it does have that butter scent. You can smell it all day long. So if you don't like that scent, the powder probably won't be for you at all. But I don't mind the scent at all. It's kind of nice, and you get a nice little whiff of it throughout the day. I like it. Okay, so I did get 2 bronzers. I bought the Revlon Skin Lights Prismatic Bronzer, and I could swear that I have tried this in the past. I know I tried the bronzer and the highlighter probably a few years ago, maybe even 5 years ago at this point. I'm gonna double check real quick because I know I did a video on it and I didn't like them. I remember it. I thought they were like type of products, but let me just search real quick. Let's look up Prismatic. Oh yeah, it was 4 years ago. I did the bronzer, the highlighter, and the Candid Glow foundation. It was Quick Thoughts. And I don't remember what I thought about the foundation, to be honest. I forgot that that even existed. But I did have the bronzer and the highlighter. But I don't remember thinking that they were that great. But I've been wanting to retry it. Revlon has kept them around. They're still going strong. People still use these. In fact, Emily Noel just like fell in love with the highlighter. So I thought, let me try this out. I'm gonna give it a shot. And as far as this one goes, it's very pretty on the skin. The color is a little bit darker than I was expecting it to be. I don't know, I thought it was gonna be a lot lighter in pigmentation, but the color is very, very pretty. There it is, blended out a little bit. You know, maybe this one will be okay. Every time I've used it though, so far, it does seem like it's a little dark or maybe a little concentrated. I don't know. This hasn't been one that I've been grabbing for every single day. I've really been using the other one a lot more, the other one that I bought that I will show you in a second. This is one I tend to use just as like a topper. You know what, I'm just gonna use it as a topper today too. Because it has such a nice, very, very light satin finish. I mean, I was expecting it to be a little more glowy because it's called Skin Lights and it's called Prismatic Bronzer. It is very just nice light satin finish. I'm gonna use this just as a little topper, maybe for a little glow. But the other bronzer that I bought that I have literally used every single day since I bought it is the Primer Infused Matte Bronzer in the shade Forever Sun-Kissed from e.l.f. I have been wanting to try one of these primer infused bronzers ever since I saw that they existed, because I have one of the primer infused blushes, haven't used in a while, but I remember liking it a lot. And this bronzer, it stopped me in my tracks. I thought, oh my gosh, I thought I would never see that in real life. It is so nice. It reminds me a lot of another one of my favorite bronzers, the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzer. It's very satisfying to use because you can't really overdo it. You can get your brush in here, you could swirl your brush around, blend it all over your face, and it's never gonna look like too much. It's not powdery at all. No powder kicks up in the pan whatsoever, or on the face. Like, even as much as I build it up, it doesn't look like I've been putting bronzer on top of bronzer on my face. It's just really, really nice. And I just like this tone a lot too. I think it goes well with my skin tone. Little on the neck. Although they call it matte, I feel like there is a tiny hint of a satin finish in this one. Although you can't really see it, but if you look close enough, you could see that it's not fully matte. And I really, really like it a lot. I'm gonna use a little of the Skin Lights, just, I don't know, to top it off a little. Maybe it'll add a little bit of radiance. But this one, it's okay. I'm not wanting to reach for it every day. I think it's just because of the tone. And I guess I thought it was gonna be a little bit more glowy, you know? But it's still okay. I don't regret buying it, but not an everyday use for me. The highlighter that I bought was also from Rimmel, and it's the Highlight Butterly Soft Highlighting Powder. Did you even know that this existed? I had no idea that this was even a thing. And I have used it, again, literally every single day since I bought it. It's so beautiful. This is the shade Stardust. I mean, I use it every day. Look at it. And when I first got it, I thought it was going to be a little too metallic, a little too golden, but it is not, especially when you blend it out. There's a swatch right there. When you blend this out, it is the nicest, most beautifully golden highlighter that I have ever seen. And I have tried many golden highlighters over the years, but most of them look too gold, like it looks too dark. And this one, it almost has like a white gold type of quality to it, not a yellow gold. Maybe that's what makes it so special. It's very, very highlightery though, very glowy. I can't get enough of this. There are days when I just layer because I'm like, I don't want to stop. It's so freaking pretty. And it doesn't have that dark undertone to it that some highlighters can have sometimes. I just really love it. Okay, I'm gonna finish up the eyes real quick with some mascara and some lower eyeshadow, and then we'll wrap it up. I just realized I didn't put any blush on. I was just looking up at my face and I was like, just looks like I have bronzer on. I just realized I forgot blush. I will rectify that very quickly by putting it all over my face, and probably too much. I'm using the Give Can't Stop Staring mascara. I'm still working my way through them. I don't think I'm gonna get to all of them by the end of the month like I thought, because some of these I liked so much I used multiple times. And I was trying to use at least one every day. But anyway, I'm working through them. And this one's good. This one has gotten better as it has aged. Okay, I'm gonna do a little Persona Super Blush in the shade Caramel, and then we will wrap it up. But first I must blush my entire face. Okay, that's better. Okay, to wrap it up, the only thing I didn't totally fall in love with from this little haul was this bronzer from Revlon, the Skin Lights Prismatic Bronzer. I don't know, I just didn't love it so much, and maybe because I love the e.l.f. one so much that this one just, there was no way it was gonna compare. I don't know, I just find that it picks up on the brush kind of weird. It goes on a little less smooth and less even. I do feel like it goes on a little bit patchy at times, so I kind of just have been using it as a little topper like I showed you earlier. But this was the only thing I wish, like, it was a little better, but I could take it or leave it with the bronzer. Love the e.l.f. bronzer, freaking love the highlighter from Rimmel. Didn't even know it existed, and now it's like my favorite thing. And then the powder from Physicians Formula, love this. I love this soft focus look it adds to the makeup. I can't get enough of it. I've also used this as eyeshadow and as highlighter on a smaller brush. It's beautiful as a highlighter. When you use it on a smaller brush as like pinpointed highlight, you do get a little bit more of like a champagne gold kind of look to it. But with a bigger brush all over the face, you shouldn't see the highlighter look. Just don't overdo it. And then the foundation. You know what? Today it looks really good. I have found pretty much every single time I've used this that it's too light. But today, I don't know, it worked out just fine. And I really love it. I'm so glad to have this back in my life. And if I'm being honest here, I didn't use this for like 10 days after I bought it because I was worried that it wasn't going to be what I had built up in my head in the past. Because I haven't used it in a long time, in at least a couple, if not a few years at this point. And I've always had such fond memories of it and always wished I could use it again. And I had it sitting here just staring at me every day until I finally pumped it out and I was like, oh yes, we are back in business, baby. Anyway, that is it. Let me know some products you've tried recently, some new stuff, some old stuff. I would love to know. And if you've tried any of these, let me know too what you think. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss my next one, and I will see you later in another video.